Hey everyone, it's Andy from Chronically Healthy Life. Today, as you can see, I am walking into my cold plunge here. Today, I want to let me get into the zone. Get my breathing in first before we start the post. There we go. Okay, I'm in the zone. Anyways, today we're talking about ice bath, cold plunging, and the benefits of it. And a couple of days ago, I was talking about the benefits of cold plunging, not only for men, but for women too, right? And there hasn't been a whole lot of studies on the benefits of cold plunging for women, and there's a lot of I guess there's a lot of people, a lot of fitness instructors or doctors saying that cold plunging is not actually that good for women. Well, there are a lot of studies that there is a lot of benefits for women. So I just want to myth bust that a little bit. You know, as a biohacker and a longevity expert, we love to myth bust what others are saying, right? And of course, we do what we talk about. It's not about, we're going to myth bust it, and maybe it's something good to do, but we actually do it. So one of the things that I want to talk about, let me get into the zone here. It's all about the breathing. One of the things I want to talk about specifically today is, why is it so difficult for women to do ice plunges, right? And on my last post, I talked about technically women are suited to handle the cold better because women have more body fat. That's just how God designed us, because they have more body fat because they have to bring life to this world. They carry children. So there's a lot of reasons why there's more body fat. And one of the great things of body fat is a great insulator of cold, right? It's great insulation. And this was very interesting. I found out that most women find cold harder to bear, and it's not all in their mind. This is very interesting to me. Did you know, for the extremities, when you get cold, like your hands and feet is what gets cold first, right? And studies show, this is very interesting, and it makes sense why women find it harder to do ice plunges, because women in general they literally have warmer hearts. Like their core temperature for women is about 4 to 5 degrees warmer than men, right? So they literally have warmer hearts than men, right? But the other interesting thing is women's hands and feet, like their extremities, are about 5 degrees colder than men. So already they are starting out at an area where they're a lot more sensitive to cold with their hands and feet. So that's why it is so difficult for women to jump into a cold plunge. And it makes total sense now. Like I was saying, there's got to be some science to back this up. And no one talks about it. You just have to dig into it a little bit. But there are so many benefits for women. And of course, I'm not telling everyone to just jump into ice plunge, right? Because you do need to build up to it. And, me and Min has been doing this for a while. And we do this every 2 days. We try to do it every day when we have time, but first thing in the morning is a time that you want to do ice plunge because it's great to wake you up, better than a cup of coffee. But for most people, please don't just jump in the ice plunge because it looks cool. Please start with maybe just some cold showers, right? Like, after your shower, turn it to the full cold, and depending which part of the country you are, for the last 30 seconds of your shower, do that for a little while before you start jumping into the cold plunges, right? Because I don't want everyone to think, oh, wow, yeah, Andy says to jump in cold plunge right away. You need to definitely build it up. But that being said, like I said, as a functional longevity expert, I'm always looking for ways to improve your health and longevity. And I was reading this article today from Dr. Mark Hyman, and he actually asked AI. I think he asked ChatGPT. I'm not quite sure which AI he asked. And he asked, what is the best way to live to 140, right? Here I am talking, we can easily live past 100. We can live up to 150. And I honestly believe we can live up to 200 with the proper support, right? But here's what was interesting, and this is what I want to talk about today, is the number one thing to improve your health and longevity is to lower chronic stress, right? And that is important. So many people think that chronic stress is something that happens from too much exercise, which is sort of true, from injuries, from genetics, but chronic stress is really depends on how you manage stress, not only your mind, but how your body manages stress, right? So, and in your body, guess what is the pump that keeps you going? Is your heart, right? So it's really important to have a very healthy heart. And of course, everyone talks about exercise, which makes a stronger heart. But like I said last time, doing cold plunges or cold exposure actually gives you a healthier heart too. And what I want to talk about specifically, how this helps with women, is women hold stress on differently than men. Like when men get mad, like I said, they have stress, they usually let it out. They yell at people, they'll yell at things, they'll punch walls. That's what I used to really be good at. There's so many darn holes in the walls I used to do because I was just punching the drywall, and then you're punching a hole in the damn wall, right? I handle my stress way better now since I am a functional nutrition coach. But that's how I handled stress back when I was in my 20s and 30s, because I was in so much constant pain, right? But for women hold on to their chronic stress. They hold on all to, the anger, the frustrations, and that can build chronic stress in your body, right? And the beauty of an ice plunge that I just want to talk about today, let me take a quick look how long I've been in there. Oh my God, I've been in here for about 10 minutes already. The beauty of an ice plunge is, normally for most people, in the first 2 to 3 minutes, as soon as you're in the water, right, your noradrenaline boosts up, right? And your noradrenaline boosts up, and this is great. It lowers inflammation. It gets your body to shift from your sympathetic to your parasympathetic mode, right? Which helps your body relax. And within that 2-3 minutes, this is so good, for most people to have like such a frenetic mind that you have so many things going on in your head. When you're in the ice water, I tell you, next to me doing this pose, that's why sometimes it's hard for me to collect my thoughts. When you're in an ice bath, your mind just zones out. You cannot think of anything else next to handling the cold, right? So here you are, you have all these things that you're stressed out about, and it gets wiped out, because all you are is figuring out, wow, this is pretty freaking cold out here. I need to concentrate on my breathing. I'm concentrating on figuring out how to stay warm inside. So it is so important when you're in an ice bath to improve your heart health. Like I said, it improves your heart health, but it improves your emotional resistance too, because basically in the 2-3 minutes, everything gets released when your noradrenaline gets boosted, and then your cortisol comes down, the stress hormone. So it is so important to talk about stress, where everyone's managing stress, and a lot of people, they don't even know they're managing stress. And when you're in a cold plunge, all that stress just melts away. Anyways, I normally do a 10-minute cold plunge. I'm on to 13 minutes. I am going to talk about the many other benefits for cold plunging on my next Facebook Live. All right. Everyone have an amazing weekend. I hope you took a look at my Friday funnies with staring at that little rat with the black dot. Like, how's your emotions today? If you haven't checked it out yet, please check it out and let me know your thoughts. And always be doing things to boost your health, longevity, and that's what I do. I always share things that you can do naturally without drugs. That's going to not only improve your health, but make you live freakishly a long time. Goodbye now.